Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Mason Greenwood, let's try that again, in the Wonderkid watch. A player currently at Manchester United, one of their big starlets that's come through the academy, 18 years of age, following Marcus Rashford's footsteps. A very good Wonderkid player by the looks of his stats at this stage. 16 finishing, 16 flair and 17 determination, with very good pace as well. Certainly someone to keep an eye on, either footed and can move into the channels as well as play in those positions as well. So very, very good there. Hasn't made an appearance for England just yet, but has made plenty of appearances for Man United, and I'm sure it will be no doubt that it won't be long till he does perform for England as well. But we will jump ahead 5 years, see how his career is going, and catch it then. So Paris Saint-Germain is his new home. Made 53 appearances with 31 goals for England now as well, which is not surprising really over those years, but it's very, very good record. Attributes have increased massively. Great finishing still, and physicals have looked very good. 23 years of age, valued at 73 million, but moved to PSG for 104 million pounds. So obviously they see some value in him. Hasn't performed really in the first two games he's played, at 6.8 rating for that. But for Man United, had performed very well. Getting multiple goals in the season. Nothing spectacular, but obviously PSG must have seen something in him that they can definitely develop. 23 years of age though, but a long way to go for the player. I mean, it's a lot of money to be spending with £325,000 in wages, so I can't imagine you'd be likely to sign him on the cheap for kind of his performances. But if you're at Man United, certainly a player to try and keep around, or if you're at PSG, a player to sign. Let's jump ahead again, see if in his prime, if he's still at PSG or how that's progressed. No time for rivalry in Mason Greenwood's career, having gone to Liverpool Football Club now. 111 caps, so hit the century mark with 73 goals for England. Only at 28, so that could still increase. Some fantastic stats still physical stats looking great. Finishing and technique still brilliant stuff. Defensively, not great, but as a striker, it's not really something you're worried about if he's banging in goals, which hopefully he is. Let's take a quick look at that. So he went from PSG to Liverpool for 43.5 million. He didn't... Again, for £104 million, you'd expect a bit more out of him. Only getting double-figure goals in 2 seasons for PSG. Granted, he only played 20-so games, so he was getting a goal every other game, which still isn't too bad, and still assisting more and everything like that. So he performed. Maybe it was just a case that France wasn't a great fit for him. Coming back to England, he has contributed to 14 goals in 31 games, so it has started to improve again. Just a shame it's at Liverpool for Man United fans, definitely. Seen as an elite attacking midfielder, has he, milestones-wise, won much? So with Man United, we can see, and with England by the looks of it, he has won a European International League, Euro Cup, and Champions Euros with England. And then with that £104 million move to PSG, he's won Trophy des Champions, Ligue 1, French Cup, the Euros again with England, as well as the Club World Championships as well. There for PSG. So he's won a bunch in France, as you'd probably expect if you play for PSG. But also he's done quite well with Liverpool, winning the Carabao Cup in his first year. Hopefully he can spur them on to do even better. But we'll jump again 5 years, see if he's still at Liverpool or where he's at next, and take a look. Still at Liverpool at the age of 33 as an impact sub, 174 appearances for England, scoring over a century in goals, 110 goals for the national team. It's incredible stuff, really, the longevity he's had. Stats are still very, very good at 33 years of age, but it does look like he is transfer listed for £2.9 million. Didn't want to sign a new deal with a short time left, so he has been transfer listed. How's he got on for Liverpool over that period? Again, nothing spectacular, but maybe that's because of the decrease in games, because you can see here 11 goals and 4 assists in 20 appearances in 2033 and 2034 season. So he is still performing very well, kind of overshadowed by the average rating, which aren't great, but he's still getting goals and everything like that. So I'd certainly recommend him if you were to be able to pick him up on the cheap, but not likely in the case of over how much is it? It's been spent on him, 147 million in his career so far, and only 2 transfers. But we'll see where he goes if he's been transfer listed. Looks like he will be leaving at the end of contract, if not. And we'll take a look and if he's retired. Okay, so Mason Greenwood is now retired. He has retired at the age of 38, becoming a director of football. Awful director of football stats, so I wouldn't recommend to sign him as one of those, but we can take a look at kind of how his career progressed there. So he left Liverpool as we expected and joined Monaco in Liga, going back to France, doing a bit better than he had done previously, I think, even whilst playing at Monaco, getting some good results, and then off to Strasbourg as well for a season before making his retirement. So a player that has performed very well over those years. Milestones wise, did he win anything after leaving their time at Liverpool? So he won the Champions League. He won a bunch of stuff at Liverpool as well, including the Premier League. So he did very, very well for them. But after leaving, as you'd expect, at the end of the latter stages of his career, he kind of dribbled out of form. 195 appearances though for England, nearly at that 200 mark, and 118 goals, which is some incredible stats. Record of 24 competition wins throughout his career as well, along with the European Championship Cup Golden Boot, the NXGN Champions, which is the kind of Wonderkid trophy, Club World Championship top goal scorer, Euro Cup Player of the Season, and England Player of the Year on 5 occasions. So he's performed very, very well for England, as you can see by the kind of stats he's got for the England national team. But a very good player on the international stage, maybe not quite so much at club level, but still very good and performed very well. So an interesting career he's had, certainly. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I certainly did. If you did, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will catch you next time. Goodbye.